with Lightning Strike Podcast. And I got my boy.
A Brody, DJ A Brody. What's happening? Everybody's favorite Charger, boat gang, Huzzo. And today we got a special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my man. Tell the people who you is.
Chris Fisher, sports editor for the Los Angeles Journal, a huge third-generation Chargers fan. Feel right about him.
Man, it's going to be a good day, man. It's the powder blue everywhere. And I can tell you right now, bro, it was a beautiful weekend. Beautiful weekend. You know, I slept good in my powder blue blanket, man. I was just
the
like...
air tastes a little different, didn't it?
Man, it's like playoff air.
Yeah. Smell it? Smell it? Is that Houston? Is that Houston we smell?
Is that barbecue? It was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. Great game Saturday. Even better game Sunday. They went out and handled business in a game that they was already in the playoffs, right? But I told you, it's one thing about Jim Harbaugh, right? He is, every game is serious, and he's going to prepare it like that. And you can tell when the team is ready because they win games where they're supposed to throttle back on. And they went out and had business. Chris, what you think?
I mean, honestly, a lot of the Chargers groups on like Facebook and social media were talking about like, oh, you know, he's going to end up sitting guys. And it's like, no, not if there's a chance that we can move up in seeding, because we definitely don't want to face Baltimore again in that first round. And
in Baltimore
especially, right? So Harbaugh's there to win it. He's a gamer. He's there to get as much as he can get from the players on the field. So other than like maybe Slater resting him, I think honestly that was a rest in hopes that he'd go next week. But we came to play for sure on Sunday.
And it showed, man. It showed in the execution because, like I say, you could tell when they call it the trap game. Trap game is one of those games where a team is supposed to win, right? You look at Vegas and you see the spread is like out of this world, right? And the team go in there and they lay an egg, right? Because they were thinking about the next game, or they wasn't even thinking about this opponent. And that all goes down to the preparation by the coaches, by the staff, by what they're consuming and what they're mentally all preparing for. They went into Vegas on business. They went to the Patriots. On business. And they went to the Raiders on business. So
for sure.
That tells me all I need to know about Jim Harbaugh, his staff, and these players that he has. They are locked in. They're locked in. They are executing right now in top-tier playoff form. And we got some guys that's hurt that we're going to get back, hopefully. We got some new signings, and we'll get into that later. Any final thoughts before we move on in the open segment, Chris?
Let's get to it, man.
Let's get to it, man.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. You say let's get it? So we're going to go, and we're going to start with our recap, man. Our recap. I'm going to just tell you like this, bro. It's hard to recap the game because it was so much going on.
Yeah.
So much going on. What's something that stood out to you, Chris?
Honestly, I saw Quinton Johnston when the first practice squad games and stuff. I was out there on the field watching him play, writing articles about it. And, you know, sometimes, especially when you start facing off against teams, sometimes that doesn't transfer right away. But what we're seeing on the practice field was that this kid is going to be something.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that especially right before we start the playoffs, we beyond saw it. And I'm so glad that young man got a confidence boost. I mean, you have to after having 186 yards.
Yes.
I mean, that's
hell of a game.
That was one of the biggest things that stood out against me was that Quinton Johnston is exactly who we needed him to be and who we wanted him to be finally. And maybe some of the critics will tone it down a little bit after that game.
Absolutely, man. And it's just nothing but respect to that kid he was getting beat down the whole year, right? Getting beat down because he wasn't living up to the expectations. A lot of drop passes, a lot of questions, you know, big asterisk. Like, I mean, is he really going to produce? Does his stats, if you look at his stats are decent. But then you look at his on-field play and it's like, And, a lot of
I
questions.
think also looking at his counterparts, looking at the rest of his draft class at wide receiver who are already contributing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You look at Zay Flowers, Smith and Jigba up in Seattle. These guys are having some monster seasons early. You know what I mean? And I think just for us, I think we wanted that same or expected that same return as quick. But it's taken a little bit longer, but here we are. And like Chris was saying, man, couldn't have come at a better time headed into postseason football.
Man had 13.
And that's
Go ahead.
that's the where he got
One-handed.
2 defenders. Man, nobody knows out there how difficult that is, not only to hold on the ball in general, but get hit on both sides and still hold on to that ball. I will never
and get up.
Hell, the one-handed catch, where Abraham just laid it out there, and he laid out. Hey, last start. I mean, Darius Davis started something. You called it out, Brody.
Mm-hmm.
You was like, Darius Davis laid out against the Patriots. He laid out for that catch, and now we're starting to see people lay out for passes. He laid out one hand, caught it, folded it in, brought it in, and I was just like, oh, he's locked in.
And
Sometimes
defensive coverage, man, like that.
Yes,
there was on him.
That was a perfectly placed ball, and amazing coverage. Like that was just a receiver and a quarterback in sync, and he fought for the ball. He won, bro. Like 13 catches on 14 targets.
Stop playing with my boy.
That's
playing with my boy.
QJ's name.
Stop playing with my boy. In hostile territory-ish, I guess, if we call it that. Stop playing.
Oh, your biggest ops. The Raiders are the Chargers' biggest ops.
Yeah,
like
so it's like stop playing with them.
A record isn't indicative of how hard these two teams are going to play each other.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up
game. It's
yeah.
No matter what division in the NFL, if it's a division game, I don't care if one team is 1-14 and the other team's doesn't have any losses. Like there's always an opportunity to take that win. So
absolutely,
I love trash talking the Raiders.
Man, I don't know if you follow us on TikTok. Man,
it's heated.
They are upset. They are upset in the comment section, loud. Like I'm talking about reply. It's a good time if you stop by, Chris. As a Chargers fan, just don't hop on in there and let them know what's happening.
It is deadly. It is like stepping in line in a minefield with the Raiders fans. It's some good banter back and forth. Some of it is just old. They go, oh, how many Super Bowls? And I'm like, bro, half of y'all probably wasn't even alive.
Right. That's the biggest argument. And
bro, 84.
Many years.
Yeah, 84.
Tell me more, Cowboys in black. They Dallas West. You know what I mean? That's what. Tell me more, Cowboys black. That's all I'm hearing. Like, shares on here.
But I just love it. We went in, handled business, put up points on the board, and executed. We had a nice run game going on. J.K. Dobbins looked nice. Haskins getting more carries. I told you he didn't see that flip flop after the Broncos game.
Yeah, he coming.
Flop. He started to get more.
Herbert's run, that 41-yard run.
Yeah, man.
Stop playing with my boy.
Man.
Stop playing with my boy.
Man, and people forget about that aspect of his game. Like, they talk about, for one, they talk about the Mount Rushmore of quarterbacks, and, they don't mention Herbert, and it's just like, bro, he do everything they do.
He's 6'6" and he can still move like that.
Chris, I think that's hopefully you can shed some light just from your perspective. Like how do you see or how do you feel like the treatment of Justin Herbert has been versus media treatment, I should say, versus other, I guess we call them top tier quarterbacks in the league?
Well, it's odd because like LA is such a big market. So like the coverage really should be huge.
Mm-hmm.
But ever since, coming from San Diego, they're trying to grow the fan base. They're trying to do a lot more as far as that aspect, get more coverage from them. And like I was just saying before the show, like one of the biggest things I hear is, oh, he hasn't won a playoff game. First off, that is like one of the least. Look at you can name a bunch of people that didn't win playoff games that were
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So Herbert puts up numbers year after year. He's had 4 different coordinators. He's had 3 separate coaches in his tenure at the Chargers. He's one of 4 quarterbacks to put up at least 20 touchdowns and 3,000 yards
in every season
of his first 5 seasons. Like that.
Yeah.
That is absolutely ridiculous.
And there's no respect. It's no respect, right? Like,
No.
See with that shit. You know, like I think it feeds him a little bit. He's a humble dude, but you can tell that irks him a little bit.
that chips. Yeah, it's a little chip. It's a little chip on the shoulder, man.
I like it.
He won't explicitly come out and say it, but definitely I know it bothers him. Because it bothers me. It bothers me that you got somebody, for one, it's hard as hell to play the quarterback position in the NFL. And it's hard as hell to produce year after year and be a young guy with that much talent and just get overlooked and disrespected because you don't have the shiny receivers and you don't make the super flashy. Well, he does make the super flashy play because Fitzpatrick said that he was a YouTube quarterback. I'm gonna tell you right now, there is no luck when he throws the ball.
Yeah, this is intentional.
That is precise. If you like,
probably one of the more intentional arms in the league, like for sure.
Yeah, and you see that video before he got drafted where he was standing at the goal line and without taking a step, he chucked that ball 60 yards. That man has a gun. He has a
cannon, bro. He got a cannon. 3 quarterbacks that I've seen with big arms. Justin Herbert's one of them. Josh Allen's the other, and Jamarcus Russell. This the 3 biggest arms I've ever seen in my existence.
Just
and
maybe Jared,
maybe in 4, maybe Big Jared from Kentucky. The Big Jared, I forgot his last.
Lorenzen?
Lorenzen, yeah. He was
left-handed, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just throw it like that. Those Josh Allen, Jamarcus Russell, and Justin Herbert. But when you come down to big arm and accuracy, Justin Herbert, hands down. Bro. And he proves it time and time and time again. This dude throws darts. Throws darts.
Was there for that Giants game where he threw that 70, or it was like a 65-yard dart to, who was number 15? I can't remember the wide receiver. He's not on the team anymore, but that dart, man, like that, you just don't see stuff like that very often.
You see the throw that he made to QJ between 2 defenders, and he dropped it in the basket between 2 defenders, like in the zone coverage. Like
the one he threw,
Disley
was in between 2 people.
That was a snap. I held my breath when he threw it. I was like, what the?
Yeah, before you could
tight
wide open, you're like
wide open for him anyway.
That was beautiful, man, and it just show you his arm talent. And I still go back to that throw that he made to Darius Davis when he's going against his body. Darius Davis running up the field. He's going to the left, and he throws back right, and he just drops it in for the touchdown.
Layup. So
I love it, man. How can you hate Jay Herbo? How can you hate? They hate football. That's why. They hate football and they hate the Chargers.
Doing something right.
Daddy issues. That's that.
Exactly. And it's like, I know we're off topic and recapping about what's happening, but honestly, it was just they were out there executing. The only thing I got on special teams is we missed the field goal.
Did you hear what the announcer said? This is
a
no for announcers. He's like, well, Digger the kicker, one of the most accurate kickers in the league.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey,
I cringed. I say he's sabotaging us. That's what they do. But never failed. We came back and did some amazing drives. He got to redeem himself a couple times. So that was great.
And Dicker been solid all season. So
yeah. Dicker, Ladd, J.K. Dobbins. Shout out to Trey for stepping in with Slater, even though he went down.
Came
stepping in at that right tackle spot. And then Joe, you just moved him to left tackle and you still got the same results.
Straight
that's a man.
That draft pick.
Man, that's a man. That's a man. That's a man. That is a 6'8" man, bro. Like, the thing is, that is a franchise piece. That's 13 plus years right there.
and we got the left and the right locked up. And that's people don't realize how hard that is to pull off, to take chance on draft picks. But the fact that we have Slater and we have all, like, I'm not saying Bozeman's not fantastic. He has been amazing this year. The get off my quarterback, like during the Saints game, like,
Oh yeah,
his gameplay, all of it. But I feel like if we get a center
it's
next year in
game
the
over.
draft, it's done.
It's game over. It's game over. We need to be looking at Penn State, Michigan, because they typically put out some great centers, and Wisconsin and Ohio State. They usually typically have some good centers because you could get the center guard combo. But man, it is. I don't know. I'm intrigued. I always like the trenches. I've always liked the trenches, and just to see Joe and Slater just manhandle people, bro.
Say the game's won and lost in the trenches.
Man, that dude, like I seen the play where Joe had 2 defenders, one by each hand, and he's blocking them, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, this kid's a rookie. This kid's a rookie, man.
I feel like Joe Aldis is like if Aaron Donald played offensive lineman, like he could take that double team, you know what I'm saying? Like 100% just toss him around, and his footing, his get off, his footing, like
mobility, all of that is.
I mean, think about this. He got the size, he got the foot speed. His fucking name is Joe Alt. Like,
he got the pedigree. His like was phenomenal for Kansas City for years. I mean,
so it's like his name is Joe Alt. That's like that's a Hall of Fame offensive lineman name, Joe Alt. Like, you just know this dude's gonna be great. Fucking name is Joe. Go to work.
The lunch guy.
His whole name is 6 letters. This dude ain't going, who fuck with the guy named Joe? Joe Alt, bro. I just know he's good. I'm good. But yeah, bro, it's not much to talk about because they pretty much executed in the game. 13 catches, bro, 186 yards, a breakout game, which to me is a big confidence boost, especially going into the playoffs. Now you have this high. Now you know you can do it. You just did it at the highest level.
Not to mention, like, again, there's no gimme games, but not to mention going into Houston and facing somebody that has beat down secondary, a beat down line. Like that was like one of the things that I always
beat down wide receiving core.
Yeah, they only got Nico left. Yeah, they got Nico left. They got, I think,
and he ain't even 100% healthy. So he's been in and out all season.
They coming up, they gelling at the right time, and then to get DJ Chalk in there and get him a reception, especially with Palmer being down, possibly returning for that foot injury. Man, you got 4, and Darius Davis more active in the receiving room. Man, they're peaking when you at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
They're peaking at the right time. I mean, they're young. They're young going through the season. That's what we forget because we just used to seeing these receivers produce and these players just produce automatically, right? And we forget that some of them have a curve. Look at Devin on the other side of the ball at linebacker. You wouldn't even know this is his second year. This is only his second year playing linebacker in the NFL. And he's out there just, now he got his interception. So now he's showing you, hey, he's been in coverage all year, and he finally got it.
And he leads the team in tag. Yeah, Henley, I don't know if you guys know this, Henley was part of, like, he went through Snoop Dogg's football camp, and, like, he's an LA boy.
Yep, homegrown kid, yeah.
Man, if we don't extend that kid like that, I mean, we definitely got a couple of years left on the contract, but I feel like he's going to be a career guy.
Oh, for sure. And, Chargers have been synonymous at the linebacker position. Junior Seau, Sean Marion, Sean Phillip. Like, you linebacker for the Chargers has always been a big name, a big play.
Mac.
Yeah. So he's following in great footsteps and great pedigree. You know what I'm saying? Like, putting on that Charger jersey, playing that linebacker position already. You're already a household name. Expectations are through the roof for you. So, sure. And he's living up to it so far. And the thing is, he's going to get better. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's scary. That is scary, man.
More he understands how to read coverages and read what's going on out there.
And he's figuring it out.
And got
he
good
dropped back in the stuff. Yeah. Bro, what better room to walk into than having Khalil Mack, Dorian James. Remember I told you last show, I was like,
Denzel Perryman, I loved Big.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of knowledge, man. A lot of knowledge and a lot of skill for a young guy to take in. Instead of him drinking from a fire hose, he's sipping from a straw, straight up. He's sipping from the straw, chilling. Got the best room to learn from.
Couldn't have a better situation for him.
Yep.
Probably for any of the young defenders on defense, just walking into on the defensive side of the locker room. There's so much veteran presence, but still kind of like doing it at a high level. So you're really watching, the Cam Harts to watch, Gilman and James and Santi Samuel. Watch them guys for a whole season just go out there and just get nasty every game, trying to lay people out. Look, all of them is only going to get better.
Can you give us some insight, Chris, on the Santi Samuel? You have any insight?
So
if you can, that's cool.
The problem with Asante is he was on IR and they never started the window. So by not starting the window on the return, I don't know how that works with feeding into the playoffs, if it's like you can do a lesser amount of time or not. But if I had to guess, if we make it past Houston and maybe we make it past the second round, which I'm hoping maybe we can take out Kansas City because that would be delicious, then it might be a possibility for a return for an AFC championship game, which, again, coming healthy at the right time. Tarheeb, Hart, and Asante Samuel, that no offense is going to want to face that.
So any final thoughts on this topic on the recap before we move on to the next segment on Chris?
Honestly, I was just completely impressed. And like you said, getting right at the right time. And, because you don't want to we've seen plenty of teams do it in the past. Cardinals did it a couple years ago. Steelers did it last year. You go undefeated. Everything's working perfectly, and then all of a sudden, you're done. You want to get right at the perfect time. I think that's exactly what the Chargers are doing right now.
Man, they grew up fast. That's all I got to say.
Right in front of us, huh?
You look at it, this is supposed to be a rebuild year. They ain't even supposed to be here, right? This is supposed to be a growing pain. You're supposed to, finish 8-8 and be happy. You're supposed to be happy, right? You're happy with that. You got to win the season. You're like, man, this is good. We're going to build next year. They're in the playoffs.
I would have been happy with doubling our wins and not making it to the playoffs. But the fact that we're, 11-6
ahead of schedule. Some would say we on time.
And here's the key thing: with $76 million next year. Look at what's happening now, and you got $76 million to play with come the offseason. You can't ask for a better situation. Seriously,
it's up.
That just means our phones are going to be buzzing when free agency gets in March, man. I can't wait for those numbers.
Oh, it's gonna be blowing up, man, blowing up. But let's go on to the top contributors. So who's your top contributor, Chris? Who you got?
So, I mean, you can't go wrong with Herbert. let me see if I can find this stat line real quick because it is just so impressive. Completion percentage, 346 yards, 2 touchdowns, 125.2 passer rating, and that 40-yard rush. That's money, especially when we've seen a lot of run game action this year and maybe haven't seen, kind of just, unload,
let loose
the fast-paced offense that we were doing. So I love that. So him and Quinton Johnston, I'll put them together as a pair.
Co-contributors. You heard it here first.
Yeah, honestly, Henley on the defensive side of the ball, again, was money. He's been money all season. So those would far be my top contributors for this season, for sure.
It's going to be, man, definitely. You're spot on. What you got, Brody?
I'm going with JTN, Jay Herbert, Justin Herbert as well, man. 28-36, 6, 2 tutties. And like Chris said, man, pulled out the Jets on them boys and got ghosts.
Broke it off.
You know what I'm saying? Stop playing with my boy. 41 yards down the field. Act like y'all know. My boy's elite. I don't know why they be trying to sell him short like he said that he doesn't want a playoff win or whatever. Just look at the eye test, man. It ain't a franchise out there that if we talking Bryce Young, Justin Herbert, nah, I'm good. We like Bryce where he is. Stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a franchise out there that's not taking my boy. So that's who I got as a top contributor. Monster game and just showing the world, man, like he here. So You know we've been on a campaign all season. Respect Jay Herbo.
Respect Jay Herbo, man. You have to respect Jay Herbo 100%. I'm going to go with my top contributor for this game, and everybody agree with it. I mean, Jay Herbo was easy to pick, right? I mean, because he just balled out crazy. But I'm going to give it to QJ, man. First time this season, he got a top contributor for like 13 catches, 186 yards, 14 targets. 14 targets.
It really could have been 14 for 14. I'm gonna put it on Herbert. You know what I'm saying? We gonna show QJ some grace this week because we be, you know what I'm saying, on him all the time. That was on Herbert. That was a bad throw. It was behind you. Should have been 14 for 14. My boy would have had a perfect game. Nonetheless, he still killed it.
And you can you could tell Greg's game plan was to feed QJ, to get him confidence going into the playoffs, to let him know, because he's going to, even though Stingley's hurt, he's still going to be a tough matchup. He still can put a blanket on you. So to get him that confidence to go, hey, man, I'm going to feed you today.
Mm-hmm.
Show the world what you can do so you can replay this over and over and over again. I seen on TikTok, it's 13 videos. It's like 13 catch videos showing each catch. And that's good. Build his confidence, man.
Yeah.
Build his confidence, because you're going to across a great competitor in Stingley, hurt or not. He's a gamer. Having that to build on, and then the thing is, we haven't even unleashed Ladd.
Yep, he had a couple of good.
Yeah, he still had.
That's Ladd, man. Ladd's Ladd. So you're gonna have to, like, with QJ confidence up. I mean, they about to eat. They about to eat. Chalk's confidence up. I've seen on Instagram, Chalk is like, this the most Charger stuff I've seen Chalk posted. He posted a plate with Boda up on it. He posted his teammates and stuff. I was just like, okay, they buying in.
That's how we doing the fan base. You know what I'm saying? 70,000. SoFi, Inglewood, California.
Electric
Avenue. You know what I mean? They all synonymous with each other. You know what I mean? It goes together. It's like a pimp named Slipback. It goes together.
And I don't know if you guys saw what the fan base presence was in Vegas.
There's a lot of people there.
It was pretty.
It was huge.
There's a lot of people there. It's people in the comments talking about, oh, why didn't you guys go follow the Chargers even if they get a win? Like, clearly you didn't see what was going on in there. There's a lot of powder blue inside Allegiance. We ain't talking about them, and they ain't talking about them. We done went to Allegiance and turned the lights off. Man, everybody get out. It's my stadium.
Went to work.
Turn the lights off. They ain't pay the bills in here. They
Bro, they got beat so bad they fired their coach, man.
Straight like that. You know what I mean? I got that notification today. I looked. I was like,
we returned the favor.
Boy, if this dumpster fire don't get no worse in Vegas, like, I'm so sick of y'all. Sick of these little black holes. Salty. We done gave them a black idea and put them in a black hole. What they talking about? You know what I'm saying? Stop. They talking about nothing.
And their pictures going viral, where first off, this man was in jeans and flip flops.
Can't take him serious.
You ain't impressing nobody. You have a sign that says, "I'd rather be 3 and whatever than be a Chargers fan." Well, okay.
You don't even make sense right now, bro.
Stop lying. That's a lie.
That's the band playing while the Titanic sinking. Give me a break.
Yeah. You lied to
Give me a break.
You lied to yourself, because why would you accept that? Why would you accept? I mean, it's the Raiders, so
loser is as loser does. The fuck?
They took that L, man.
Yeah, they gotta take it. They gotta take it. Should have tanked for Shador. You gotta eat that.
Do you think that's probably why he got fired? Because he won that Saints game?
Probably because he almost got O'Donnell out there killed, running my boy in the ground on a bad wheel. That's probably why. If we start the negotiations, it's probably right there first. I don't know why you ain't put Desmond Riddler in the game way sooner. My boy out there hobbling in a meaningless game, and you just more downs, run him into the ground for no reason.
If I had to guess, they're completely rebuilding next year, especially with, adding the Tom Brady within the organization. It would make a lot of sense to clean house.
What you gonna do with Max? He's probably out of there.
They're going to get draft capital, 100%. That's what they'll do with him in the offseason. There's talk about him going to the Bengals. Him going to the Chiefs. Max Crosby's even put up something on the social media saying that, oh, I'd look good in red. That's
Tampa Bay.
I mean, we'll take Brock Bowers. I mean, y'all don't need that guy, man. He deserves better.
Yeah, come join your old teammate Ladd.
I know, man. Can you imagine?
Could you imagine?
Yeah, imagine BFFs.
Man, with Justin J. Herbert, your quarterback.
With what Justin does with I forget what the tight end that we had last year was that, but like, and Disley, you know, with tight ends that aren't big names and that like they're not really out there receiving balls,
good,
like pass blockers and stuff like that, and what he can still accomplish with those gentlemen. Can you imagine if we had a top tier tight end on that?
I think going into the offseason, I think if I'm management or Harbaugh or whoever who's probably pitching to these guys, I think the tape is gonna speak volumes. Like, yo, this is what this guy did with no big names. Like, look at what he was able to accomplish with somebody who's, you know, true UR1. Like, you could probably have one of your best seasons.
T. Higgins.
Now we've done trades before, or you know, picked up what the Ravens have, you know, let go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind making a move for Likely. To be honest with you, somebody
Isaiah Likely.
I like it.
Yeah,
somebody that's, you know, already decent. We're talking, you know, maybe it's a top 10, top 15 tight end, but still has room to get up to that. You know?
I would say he's ready. He just played behind Mark Andrews, like in the scope of targets or whatever.
He had some
week one. He went crazy.
He went stupid.
Yeah, crazy. I sold a whole fantasy trying to pick up this guy after week one. Like, so it's in him. I think he has very, very much has the capability to be a one. I think just being behind Mark Andrews is kind of just slowing that down. Yeah. And when you have especially now that the playbook it's got Derrick Henry in it, that's tough too. When you got a running back who's producing like he's producing this year, it's kind of hard to be like, yeah, man, go down 5 yards and turn around and here comes the ball and I can just hand it off, and 45 yards upfield is Derrick Henry punching somebody in the mouth with a stiff arm and still trucking. So, but I think it's going to be very attractive to play for a quarterback like Justin Herbert after this year, when people just really look at the accuracy, really look at where he's putting the ball, very minimal turnovers. And then we doing this with all first year, second year players for the most part, a couple of old vets, like one real trooper, and they could have a breakout year for sure.
Exactly. So any final thoughts on top contributors? Let's go around, Chris.
No, man, like I said, I feel like QJ, Justin Herbert, Henley, those are the big standouts for me during that.
Mm-hmm.
You had Tariq Still that was, you know, and even Derwin James, both of them had that. Those are some of the oddest, like, you know, tie goes to the runner situations when both the offense and the defense catches the ball. But I like to see that fight where you're not taking your hands
locked up in the end zone, locked up one time on the sideline over there.
But it goes into I call it the for that secondary, I call it the DJ. That the grit and the grind and the hustle and the heart that DJ plays with has these young guys stepping up to the plate and playing just like him, trying to emulate how he fights for every possession. They're hitting hard.
100%.
It's a hard hitting secondary, man. These dudes are coming up making plays. Like Christian Fulton, he struggled in pass protection a lot, but he wasn't struggling tackling. That's one thing. He's out there hitting. And now he's getting better in the pass coverage.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's putting the game together. I mean, these guys are like stepping up, laying hat. And that, if you look at the ringleader of that circus, Torrin James, they're emulating the ringleader. That guy that walks around with a C on his chest. He's proven to you why he has a C on his chest. Just look at the attitude.
Every game.
My man got suspended for his reckless destruction that he causes on the football field.
Reckless abandonment. He just flying around there, just body, just a wrecking ball.
I feel like they just didn't want him playing against the Chiefs. They're like, we should
slow this. If he hit Pat today, he may not be back for the rest of the season. Like,
you know, when big quarterbacks, like who's the hardest hitter you ever faced, or James?
this man put Kelsey on his back.
Flip it, look.
Yeah, I'm like, on
Like
his
a sack-
back,
like a sack of potato.
Kelsey was a little guy.
And I love it, man. He played
Kelsey
with that.
big as hell. And he put him on his head. Like, what you doing?
Played with that dog in him, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He played with that dog energy. That like you know what it is. He played with that undersized heart mentality. Like I'm telling you, he acts like Steve Atwater, Ronnie Lott, and Bob Sanders all in one. Straight up.
Yeah, Bob
Straight
Sanders was a madman.
Bob Sanders was an undersized madman, bro. He was an undersized linebacker that played safety.
Fine.
I guarantee you, if they took concussions serious like they do now, Bob Sanders probably would like not play for a whole season. That dude there's no way he didn't feel it the way he was hitting people. There's no way he wasn't concussed. But let's move on to the next segment, man. And this is Gots to Do More. I'm going to just say like this. I get it started. Yep. Raiders, you got to do more, Raiders. I ain't even pointing this at the Chargers. The Raiders got to do more.
The Pirates got to do more, bro.
The one-eyed Pirates got to do more.
The
Lions got to do more. Man, y'all got rid of y'all coach, bro. They got rid of y'all coach. Year one. I mean, you got to get the Chargers and they swept the coach out. It's tragic, bro.
You hate to see it.
I mean, I love to see it. Let's be honest.
Disarray in Vegas, yeah. Trust me, you know what I mean. We done celebrated. We done pop bottles. This 2025 is looking up.
What you got? Chris? Who's your guys to do more?
Okay, so it's not necessarily one individual. One of the biggest takeaways from that game that I'm not saying I'm proud with, but definitely could improve is how did we not get a single sack? How did we not get a single sack with that O-line and that situation? That to me seems like an issue. Maybe they were playing it safe, not to be as aggressive on the line, to have that second, play man coverage and scooch in a little bit, maybe not play so much in the trenches. But the fact that we didn't even get one sack against O'Connell and the Raiders O-line, that for me is a little bit of a problem.
Yeah.
And if we want to go deep in the playoffs, that can't be the situation moving forward.
We have had the lowest rush. We got like, I think we're like 19th or something like that in the NFL and pass rush pressure and getting to the quarterback. Yeah, we're pretty low. That's been all season.
I think we were playing it a little bit safe. Yeah. That's why we started off so slow. I feel like it's just everybody just didn't want to get. I feel like everybody didn't want to get hurt. You know what I mean? Like everything, because there was that one.
That's when you get hurt.
The one drive, we got to like the red zone. We ran it like 3 times and didn't get in. But in reality, we probably could have did a Justin Herbert QB sneak and would have been 6. But I feel like they felt get up in this scrum, twist an ankle, punch in the mouth, bruised spleen. We'll never be able to explain to nobody why we went for it on 3rd and 1 with Justin Herbert, and we're already in the playoffs. Like
you seen that illegal tackle on J.K. Diamonds on the sideline that tweaked his ankle? He dropped his hip on him. I'm just like right in front of the refs, and he knew it too because he did the, oh no, it wasn't it, and the refs didn't throw the flag, and I'm just like, bro, he's out of bounds, and you drop your hip.
And historically, you leave it to the Raiders, they'll injure you. They'll get you out of there.
I'm okay with like not having the sacks because one thing we've been doing all season is take
the coverage.
And if you're not going in heavily up front and you're wrapping them up, you're taking care of that run game situation, you're not really letting anybody get over 100 yards as far as a rusher, like that's fine because at least you're taking care of business still and you're still keeping opponents to a lower score. So I'll give them that because we still took care of business in that end. But yeah, those sacks, it's like, just one, Tuli going in there smacking O'Connell in the mouth or Matt going in there smacking O'Connell in the mouth.
You needed one of them Madden. Pow.
You're right though. If you look it over like these last 7 games, they have not been providing that much pressure on the quarterback. I don't know what's going on.
I don't
It's a
think
good
we
observation.
provide it early. I don't think we provide a lot of pressure early.
Consistently throughout the game.
Yeah, it's once either we've established the lead, or we're kind of up big and we're in a close game and we need that one big takeaway or turnover on downs. We send the house. That's usually when you probably see Derwin James take some running back and throw him halfway across the arena. But it's like early on, it's always safe. It's always cautious. We don't really get into too many, all out zero blitz, send everybody. And I think we could do that more. And we're really good at it, seems like.
Especially with Hart, Dupree, Thule, Matt
James. Like that's so many people you trying to stop on an all out. They coming. Like, man, that one of the game we played Kansas City, it was the basically the defining play where they sent the blitz. Derwin blew up either Pacheco or somebody who was in the backfield. Like it's a pretty viral clip. But he almost gets him from just coming up the middle. And like if that running back doesn't step in front of Derwin James, like Pat Mahomes is probably leaving on a stretcher. But he rolls right and he ends up finding like Kelsey, and they get like a first down and they're able to run the clock, and ultimately they kick the field goal or whatever. But it was like so many people in that backfield so fast, arguably with some holding going on, which is why we didn't get home too. I mean, we could do that all day, but when they send the house, that's way too many elite caliber players coming for your top. Like, you gotta get rid of the ball.
I feel like that's gonna happen a lot on Saturday.
It got to. There's no tomorrow. You got to win today.
Sell out.
You have to win.
Out.
Everybody's 0-0, 4-0. You got to go 4-0.
Sell out.
That's it. It's no. We get them next week. There is no next week. You have to win today.
For sure.
You got to be perfect for 4 games. Straight up.
I honestly love that we're the first game too. Like I don't have to wait.
I know, fighting nails.
This is going to be over in our game. It's right off the bat.
Talk my talk for the rest of the day. Like,
man, I
annoy everybody on West Coast time. Like, it's 4:00. We're going to the next round.
It is beautiful. But any final thoughts on the guy? Oh, Brody, what was your guys to do more?
My guys to do more. My just guys to is the center, man, Bozeman. Took forever to hike that damn ball. I'm pissed off. Herbert, man, got my boy back there. He said, "What are you waiting for?" He back there clapping like the field mics done picked up everything. Like,
that's odd to see.
Exactly. Like, bro, you typically locked in, man. Where your play clock awareness at? You don't get him a boy if you don't hike the damn ball, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't need we done took a delay a game on us. Like, what?
Which never happens.
Exactly. Like,
driving.
Exactly. Whole momentum shot up.
Yeah,
we settled for 3.
It wasn't loud in Valley any Raiders fans. So that place is, you know what? It's that's smart on the Raiders to be black and silver, right?
Talk about it.
Because you can paint your seats black and it looks like it's full in the stadium, right?
See what
that's smart. That's smart on them.
That's how they're doing it.
That's smart, bro. That's levels, man. That's levels. So nobody was in those seats.
Tier 3 marketing,
Yeah.
Like this is your entry level.
You seen Powder Blue and a great contrast. Okay, when the great contrast, it looks bigger than what it is against black. So that's why nobody was in that stadium. It wasn't like the crowd noise was affecting them.
No, we did it to us.
The fact that you could hear it on the field mic tells you that the crowd noise was not effective at all.
Shoot, they got clubs in the end zone. They got. Yeah, I don't think it's crowd noise. It's
probably the DJ.
Rena Carpenter blamed.
Probably the spear from over there on the strip. That's probably one of the loudest noise.
Yeah, for sure.
This is just janky. But moving on to the next one, man, we have the lightning strike game MVP. Brody, who you got for your game MVP?
Man. So for the game MVP, which is why I picked Herbert for the top contributor. For the game MVP, I'm going QJ. You know what I'm saying? The first inaugural game MVP for my boy. And it was really good to see, you know what I'm saying? Especially just knowing that we've been kind of like talking about him on our podcast, like kind of since the beginning. And just knowing that he's capable of a performance like this. Like we've been chanting and rooting and, you know, just campaigning for you to just break through. Cause it's like you get targets every week. You get probably like 6 to 8 targets every week. Just catch the ball. And he caught the ball. And you see what just catching the ball does. Like, yeah, so we could probably say he had 2 like high difficulty passes, you know, the one where he basically put his arm out, laid out, and then the one where Chris talked about he got hit between 2 defenders or whatever. But the rest of those catches is catches that you have every week. Between the numbers, you ran your route, you got separation, the ball is coming, and then it's like what happened between securing that first step and turning around. All of it just malfunctions, and we're like, oh my God, that was 3rd and 3, man, or whatever. So it's like literally just off the short, this is a 7-yard pass. You catch it, tuck it away, take the hit. That's 7. You know what I mean? And it's like he could get 15 of those a game to where you probably got to shadow him. You probably got to send another defender over there. And now it's a field day for the lads and probably Disleys of the world, or even check down backs coming out of the backfield or whatever. So he could definitely be such a game changer with just securing the ball. But on today, lightning strike game MVP for me goes to Quinton Johnston. Good game, good job. And we need you, bro. We need you going into the next couple of weeks. We need plenty more performances like that one. Just hit the duplicate button, Control C for my nerds out there. Just copy, you know what I'm saying? Control P in Houston, and we up. It's up after that.
Big time, man. Chris, who you got?
Yeah, I'm probably going to go with Quinton Johnston too, man. Yeah, that was outstanding. You had career highs in yardage, you had career high in receptions. It spread out the offense because let's be honest, you know, there's doubters in our own fan base of Quinton Johnston. So that means when they're doing game plans with the secondaries of opposing teams, maybe they're down. Maybe that's why they're not setting a second defender over there. So, and exactly like what you were saying, maybe that, copy and paste that to the next game. Even if you do game plan to double coverage Quinton Johnston, that creates more opportunities for Disleys, for Lad McConkey's, for Darius Davis. Spreads out the and I'm definitely okay with that. Especially, we haven't really talked about this, but picking up Zeke, I don't know if he'll end up dressing down for this game. I think it was a depth move, just in case, Gus the Bus ain't ready to go with his ankle, but it creates way more opportunity for that, way more holes for running game to go and happen again. J.K. Dobbins doing his things this season. Yeah, Quinton Johnston, man. And that's exactly what we need just at the right time.
I'm going to go different, man, because y'all pretty much, we could all go.
You don't have to.
I know, but I want to give somebody else some recognition. I want to give somebody else some shine, because everybody know it was an easy pick. QJ, hands down. I think it's unanimous. But I'm going to give some love. I'm going to give some love to the trenches. I think shout out Trey for going into the game and starting their right tackle at the game. You didn't practice all week. You're literally warming up to be your right guard position, and they tell you, "Hey, brother, we need you at right tackle." And you go out there, you perform, you get hurt, you come back, and you perform. I got to give it to him. That's
next man up mentality.
Think about it. You game plan. You're at your guard position all week. You're doing walkthroughs. You're in a hotel doing your walkthroughs. Every day you calling at your blocks. Mentally you have prepared for the guard position. You're warming up 20 minutes before the game start. They look to you and say, "Hey, brother, you got right tackle."
Do hard?
How? What? Joe, I got to move you to the left. You to right.
That's what Bobby said about our O-line is like that versatility. Almost every single individual on that line can play another line spot. And I don't think a lot of other offensive lines could say that, to be honest with you. So, and a lot of people talk smack on Pipkins. You know, he hasn't had the smoothest ride, you know, with the Chargers.
Because he's a tackle, man. He's a tackle trying to play a guard spot. He's 6'6". Usually your guards are like 6'3", and you know, in that sweet spot, 6'3". He's 6'6" tackle, move to guard. That's a completely different position. You ain't got the wide burst. You know, you're gonna be pulling. You're gonna be, you know, you got the short space that you got to be operating with. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, I'm a tackle by nature, and you got me playing guard out of position. But he's a trooper, so it's not easy as people think it is. It's not as easy, man. Like playing guard and tackle, there's two different things that you're responsible for, two different positions that you're playing. And like I said, a 6'6" guy having to get low. Thank God we got a tall quarterback, because if he's 6'6" guard and we got a 6-foot quarterback or 6'1" quarterback, he's gonna be binging it off the back of his helmet the whole game.
Collar back there.
Yeah,
That's why it's called the trenches, man. That's warfare that happens right there at the line. So,
and you think about it, usually, you know, as the guard, you're lining up in the trenches against somebody that's way smaller than you. Like, you 6'6". They probably have a tackle that's 6'2", 300 pounds, shorter arm. So he's going to be stronger at the point of touch. You know what I'm saying? And you're 6'6", you got to get those big, long arms up in this small space. Yeah, it's just awkward, bro. It's awkward. But if you put him at tackle, you see he had a good game at tackle.
Got the job done.
Yep. So
what can you ask for?
Can't be too hard on him, man. For somebody playing out of position, can't be too hard. Even though I am hard on him, but can't be too hard on him. And with that, any final thoughts on Chris on our Lightning Strike MVP?
No, man. Like I said, like that. Honestly, like to shout out to Pipkins. Again, that's the trenches. Again, I don't think they don't get anything wrong as far as the trenches are concerned.
Ain't nobody come to see you.
They don't get no love, man. They don't get no love in the trenches, man. And I just want to give some recognition to them, because I respect the trenches. I respect the work, because you battle and play after every play. Can you just imagine fighting a grown-ass man every play? Could you imagine just fighting Aaron Donald all day long?
Exhausted.
I mean, what?
Exhausted. Man, ain't even made it through the first series. I need one.
And the thing is, all y'all, it's like sumo wrestlers. Y'all are all heavy. Y'all are all big boys. Y'all conditioning ain't like the receivers is running out there like wind because they're paper thin. You know, they're just floating down the field. Bro, you a big lineman, and then they gotta come in and say, hey, you gotta pull too.
I'll be getting out every series like, give me some smelling salts. Give me some smelling salts.
Got the air.
That is some nasty work, man. And I think honestly, when you look at it, I think somebody asked, it was some people on Reddit. They were, because I said we need to establish the run game come playoff time. And it was like, wow, we just need to have Herbert. The Bengals and Steelers game is the perfect example of playoff football in we got a great quarterback, phenomenal quarterback. But we don't need to go out there and throw the ball 40 times. The Bengals are a prime example of why you cannot. It is tough to win in the NFL if you're going to throw every down. 11 minutes on the clock. They're up 10 points. Most of the time, that game is pretty much over. Steelers got the ball back 3 times. 3 times in under 11 minutes. Insane. Insane clock management. Why? Because they're just going down the field, constantly throwing the ball. And what's happening? Incomplete passes, clock doesn't run.
Yeah, that Triple Crown award doesn't feel too good when you're sitting at home on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
You can throw all those beautiful passes all you want, but the minute it hit the dirt, that clock stops. That 3 and out. I'm talking about 11 minutes on the clock, you were up 10. They just scored. They up 10. That game should be over with. Steelers almost came back and won that game. And they had three possessions. They had an extra possession to freaking win the game. Because
Mike would have had a shot. Russ didn't just tweak out.
Yeah, if Russ gets out of bounds and stops the clock, horrible clock management on both their parts.
Mm-hmm. You had Pickens catch even half those balls. That game might have went a different direction. 100%. Yep. I don't know what was going on with Pipkins.
What'd you say you trying to do?
Fight everybody on the football. He be trying to fight everybody on the football. He be having, they say what he have, They say he have like one catch, 15 yards in like 30 fights. He'd be like 40 yards down the field fighting.
If you're gonna talk smack like that, if you're gonna back it up, talk all the smack you want, be chippy. I don't care. But
Yeah.
you got to have some kind of result.
My boy be out there unhinged.
Unhinged, man. Unhinged. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not trying to take anything away. I'm not trying to take the ball out of just Abraham's hand. What I'm trying to do is run the ball so that he has a clean pocket when he goes to pass. If we commit to running the ball 40 times, those 25 to 30 passes that Herbert gets are touchdowns or chunk plays, straight up and down, because you have established the run and you're taking away possessions. You slowed the game down and you're effective with everything that you do. And I guarantee you, his stat line on 30 passing with a run game where we got over 100 yards and we ran the ball over 40 sometimes, his stat line is probably going to be over 70% completion, straight up, and possibly 3 touchdowns. Because he's going to have, on play actions, the pocket's going to be so clean, like when he played the Patriots. It's going to be just like that. Because you have to commit to stopping the run, so you're going to have to play that run. If he goes back...
what he can do when he got time.
Exactly. And he can go out on naked bootlegs and go to the house. So give him the time, give the receivers that extra time to separate, because they're more worried and concerned about the run. And it's just, he going to slice and dice you then. He going to slice and dice you. You give him he steps back, clean pocket, it's over for you. It's over for you. If when Abraham steps back and he looks and he has a clean pocket, he just catch it. Just catch it.
And he puts it right in the breadbasket almost 99% of the time.
Oh,
one job, just catch it.
Just catch it. Just hold on to it. Not even that, just hold on to it. We haven't even seen what's up with Ragnar? Ragnar, what's his name? Ragnar. Where's he at? We need to put a missing photo up for him.
Yeah. I mean, the same thing with Asante Samuel. They didn't activate the.
I haven't seen him
he's not like officially listed on.
I ain't seen him since the Ravens game.
Mm-hmm.
He's been MIA since the Ravens. He missed that one pass on the sideline. Haven't seen him since.
I know. I think him and Perriman left that game early.
Haven't seen him since, man. Because he was another one. He would get some clean routes and he would just butter. It's just like butter hands. Just butter. And then Stone Smart stepped up and started and got those routes that he normally would get. And man,
saw what he did with it.
Man, that dude's clutch, man. And I think they help. Honestly, I think Greg Roman did this game on purpose to build QJ's confidence and not showcase some of the pieces that he's going to go into Houston. Straight up. Because you got a little small, like they say in Houston, skeet taste. You got a little skeet taste of Darius, of Ladd, of Chalk. Little small smidget Drizzly. The small smidget. You got none of Stone. You didn't see Darius Davis really run routes like that. You didn't see Ladd really run routes like that. It was basically a QJ show.
You know, that's what I was asking for. I wanted to see Darius Davis go crazy.
Give him a taste, but you can't give him the family right.
Yeah. I was like, install the Tariq package today. Turn my boy loose. Let him go.
And I think they have it, man. I just think they want to catch Houston surprise.
It's all gamesmanship. We love to see it.
I think, because I was like, damn, they were really feeding QJ. What's the game plan? Because I was like, I want to see some smart. I want to see some other guys. And it dawned on me, we got a whole game. We got a playoff game. We got to hide some of this. Can't let all the sauce out. So
Bush's baked beans. Can't just,
So that goes into our next thing. Let's talk about the playoffs, man. Let's speak on the playoffs. Something that the Raiders can't do.
Ugh. Yeah.
Your season's over with, Raiders.
My Pusha T ad-lib. Yeah.
Your season's over with. We're playing Saturday in the NFL playoffs.
It ain't a slick comment you can say about it.
Nothing.
Who has it better than us? Not them. Not them. Not the Raiders. Okay, let's just be clear. Not them.
You have a coach, man.
Yeah. Who has it better than us? It ain't them.
They don't even have a coach. So
there would be no slander tolerated.
Can't even really talk to them about that.
Not even a lily bit.
It's a beautiful day, man. Big game. I mean, can't say it enough. Humongous game. this Saturday. Win 4, and you take it out, but win 1 each week to keep playing. Anybody want to start this off?
I'll go. I think for us going into this game, it's huge, but I think this is one of them ones, if we could just win, this might be like a shot of nos to the system. Because, for years, it's Chargers can't win a playoff game, can't do this, can't blase, blase, blase. I think this is the perfect game to prove a whole lot of people wrong, to bust up the narratives, and to just give us some experience and some confidence heading into that next round where I think things going to look a little bit different on both sides, but we had a lot of players that didn't play in that Kansas City game. We had a beat up Herbert, no James. It was a lot of things or whatever, but I think from a confidence standpoint, you talking about a confident QJ, a confident Herbert, who we already done mentioned, chip on his shoulder, kind of got something to prove. Harbaugh, week in and week out, is just breathing affirmations into this man, and you seeing what that does. You seeing
I'm pretty sure he texts him.
He
texts him.
He the greatest alive. He the best thing that ever hit the NFL. Like I'm saying, but you see what it's doing. The product, the every week pumping him up, hitting him in the chest or whatever. Just like you are it, and we will go as you take us. Got him doing the speeches now or whatever, here and there, and that shit is hilarious. So I think you're just seeing a energy shift, a confidence shift, and this is one of those games that if we could just secure the dub, bro, like this sends our confidence through the roof. I think they go into any game thinking that like, yo, we could play with anybody. We just, with what we have today, we have enough. If we just execute, we can hang with anybody. So that's really what I'm looking at. I'm also looking for Bosa not to jump off sides. We can't, for the 11th time this season. Love you, Joey. But I think we got to keep our penalties low. You know what I mean? We can't, obviously, in a away stadium, we can't give them nothing. I feel like also
Gotta be perfect, man.
Yeah, we still kind of like the underdog, just because people are still rooting against us. People still don't believe in it. So it's like, I think there's going to be a lot of little nitpicky, like, zone infraction, legal formation. Like, what?
They just gloss over this game. You see it.
Exactly. Like, you know what I mean? So I think it's going to test our patience early, and probably going to test our mental fortitude early. Because a early drop or a early 3 and out, they're gonna be loud, they're gonna be whatever, and it's just like, just settle in, do what we do, execute, and we should be fine.
We got to jump out early, straight up. We're gonna have to jump out early, fast, quick on them, man. The game is there for us to win. Nobody, unless you're a Charger fan, you don't even know what this team was capable of, right? Because I was talking to a friend back home, and he's like, the Chargers? Man, nobody checking for the Chargers. Like, bro, y'all trash, right? That's what he said. Doesn't believe in it. I broke it down to him. He's like, how y'all gonna beat the Texans? Tell me how y'all gonna beat the Texans. And I laid it out to him. I was like, bro, did you see? I was like, Quinton Johnston came along. Oh, bro, he drops the ball. I'm like, no, but did you see what he did last game? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see what he did? Did you see the other games? After all those drops in the previous game, you could start seeing it got to him, and then he started having games, right? He started having games where you start seeing them, the light bulbs click, and the confidence is coming back, and it came to this game where the confidence was there. So, and then I told him about Justin Herbert. He was like, but what has he done? I'm like, yeah, you really don't watch football. You really don't watch football.
That's the regional games, bro.
Yeah, and that's what it is. They don't watch the Chargers play.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of people are already written them off. And it's just like, bro, you don't even know the half. You don't know football, man. You don't know football. That's all I got to say. You don't know football to think that the Chargers are going to go into Houston and not take it serious and not execute and don't have a chance. You're a freaking idiot, man. You don't know Jim Harbaugh and how he prepares his teams for battle.
Mm-hmm.
He loves being an underdog. He loves this role, man. He loves it. He thrives in it. See what he did with the Flyers. You see what he did with the Wolverines, and now you see what he's done with the Chargers. He's supposed to be here, according to everybody, all the experts. But he knew.
Checking for us all year.
He knew, and he made us believers. And I think that this is a great matchup for them to get that confidence to go out and play hard and get the W and make a statement. What other better game? And I think they could be any team in this playoff bracket, but I don't care what anybody says. You want the matchup to get that boost. You want a favorable matchup. That's why you play for these seeds. It's a more favorable matchup to get that confidence to go into the next round. And
if that wasn't the case, we could have just sat everybody. We didn't even have to go to Allegiant on Sunday.
No.
If that was it.
If we were happy with making the playoffs, no.
We could have hired some people off Las Vegas Boulevard and just sent them in there and been like, hey, man, put this on.
You risked a lot playing them against a divisional rival in a game that most people would say, oh, you're already in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But they wanted a favorable matchup. And I still believe, honestly, I hope a miracle happens throughout the playoffs. I hope 5, 6, and 7. I hope 5, 6, and 7 win. I'm rooting for 5, 6,
Chris,
and 7.
Don't need you on board, okay?
Hear me out, Chris. Hear me out.
5, 6, and 7. Do what they supposed to do.
Let me lay it out for them. So, Chris, if 5, 6, and 7 win, that means 7, the Broncos have to go to the Chiefs. 6, Steelers has to come to SoFi. We get a home game. We get to be in Electric Avenue. We get to be stupid. Do you see where I went with that?
I like it. I mean, I definitely wouldn't be mad at it.
This is why I'm rooting for 5, 6, and 7. So the Broncos can go up to Kansas City, and the Steelers can come to SoFi.
I know for me, 2 years ago was just heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
And half of that, when we played Jacksonville in the playoffs, half that was coaching, if not more.
I don't know, 90.
Ego.
And that's really like, and you can say, you can be strong individual and say, oh, that's not getting to me. Dude, that hurts. Like that kind of being up and losing, and people keep bringing that up. I'm honestly surprised more people haven't brought that narrative up going in.
They have
this game. But it's like, I feel like if we win the Houston game, which I really do believe we will, that's going to be cleansed. That is going to be, nobody's going to bring that up again.
save the pod, bro. It's going to save the pod.
And then let's not forget, especially with away games, let's say that magical seeding doesn't work out. Let's say that doesn't work out and maybe we go and face the Chiefs. Let's not forget that on the last 7 away games, we kept the opponents to 20 or fewer. That's huge. That means you got a shot. So, and again, like you were saying earlier, there's going to be players that are healthy that we did not have during that last Kansas City game, including Herbert's ankles being healthy and all that jazz. So, I feel like that washes us clean if we beat Houston, and then no matter where we go from there, we got a definitive shot.
That's all you can ask for.
Exactly. It's any given Sunday, or for instance, it's going to be Saturday, any given Saturday. But being a diehard fan, you say that we got a shot. This is our year. Legitimately, though, without taking all the bias out of it, we got a shot.
That's what I'm saying. When you lay it down, you lay the matchups, and it's not being a homer for your team and, like you say, having the bias. This is being true. This is just being a true football head.
And we play a brand of football that translates to and we have played so we play a brand of football, and we have played a brand of football all year that translates to the playoffs and have won with that, where everybody, well, I won't say everybody, but multiple teams are probably going to have to switch it up a little bit just to get to what, Noah was saying with clock management and slowing it down and being able to do. But we've been able to do that all season and manage the clock through the run. And then when we need a big play, rely on our all-world QB1 to deliver.
And he's done that time and time again. He's done that. Here's the key factor in all of this. We have the defense that can keep us in the game. If we keep them fresh and off the field, we have the defense that can get us the stops, that can help win us the game. Hell, they went to Atlanta and won us the game. We didn't even score an offensive touchdown in Atlanta, and we won the game because of the defense, a young defense, a very, very, very young secondary with a lot of injury pieces. We haven't had a healthy free safety all year. Straight up. Aloha is not 100%. I don't care what you say. He's not 100%. He came back earlier because we lost, I can't think. I'm sorry. I'm drawing a blank. We lost him. So that position has been a revolving door. Of
Fulton?
No, not Fulton. The guy, he broke his leg. The young kid, man. He came back. Molden broke his leg. And then that's why pushed Aloha's timetable up. We even signed Eddie Jackson. We added depth at that position because of the injuries. That it's been a revolving door. So I'm excited.
You even had Derwin coming up closer.
And that,
oh my God.
Yeah, and that hurt him because that took a key asset away from the defense because he's a roamer. He's one of those dudes where go where you feel. Go where you feel that we need you on the football field. Because he needs to be a roamer. He doesn't need to be locked in the free safety position. That he can play effectively well, but it takes him down from those blitzes, that helping, that extra run, that extra covering the tight end, covering the slot that he does. He puts a blanket on people. People forget about his coverage skills.
Especially the tight ends.
Like, this dude can cover. He ain't just a big hitter. He's an all-world safety, man. He's an all-world safety. And to have him roaming and doing what he wants to do in that secondary is much needed. And so when I tell people, they go, how you going to beat the Texans? Control the clock with the run game and let Justin just pick them apart when he has to pass, because we need a clean pocket for him to pass. Texans have a great pass rush. And the only way we can keep that pass rush honest is if we're running the football and we're getting good yardage. 5 yards a carry, eating them up. That way, when he goes back, he fakes it to him, and he turns around.
Yeah,
lad is running down the field. Darius Davis is on that street, blowing the top off of it, and he just lays it out there. It's a beautiful thing, bro. It's a beautiful thing. I'm telling you, man. This team, they have peaked. The raw receivers have peaked at the right time. J.K. Dobbins came back, and he's running like he hasn't missed a step. Even his backups are stepping up. I'm trusted in Haskins. Like, you can just see he's running different.
100%. Confidence in himself as well.
Man, especially, and like, he's a game changer in the receiving game.
That's a check down for him.
Oh my goodness.
Eckler in the early days. So,
and he's bigger. He's a bigger Eckler and more physical, and he can make you miss. And he can outrun the second and third level.
I'm gonna make a prediction for this Saturday.
Go ahead.
So I'm just gonna get 5 sacks, 2 INTs.
Oof. Defense cut up.
And if we do that, ain't no reason we think we're that.
Yeah, cutting up.
That just warms, Chris. That just warms my heart to hear that, man. And this is, by the way, y'all. This is the editor of the Los Angeles Journal. He's the sports editor. So he is assigned to cover the Chargers. So if anybody knows, this guy knows, because he's seen it from training camp till now. He's seen the growth. He's seen the potential. He's the one that's sitting there at training camp going, "Oh yeah, we got something." Yeah. Before I said,
"What is it? What is this?"
He's like this. He's like, yeah, I know I said before we started training camp that I just want to see us, have a winning season. He's like, yeah, we about to make a deep playoff run. Yeah. What's that guy's name? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I said at the beginning of the season, Ladd was going to be our leading wide receiver for the year. Wasn't wrong.
That dude's a dog. That dude's a dog in every
No
sense of
pun
the word.
intended. Yeah.
Every sense of the word, bro. You could just tell. You could just see how he runs the route, how he catches, how he has a high IQ.
One of the announcers said something like on the last game. He said, "Oh, he's slippery," and that's one of the best descriptive words you get, because he'll get out, he'll almost run another route and get past the defender, and all of a sudden, if you give him more than 5 feet, anything can happen.
He's crafty.
A little misdirection. I was going this way. Stop this way.
Breaking ankles.
Split speed for split speed, and now it's
breaking ankles, man. And the dude is so crafty, shifty, and slippery that when he catches the ball, I just love the smartness of him. He knows where he's at on the field. He doesn't try to fight for the extra yardage. He's one of those guys that he sees the defense, knows I can't even get the extra yard. He
Get down.
Slides down.
I'm not taking no more
Just
hits
smart
that I need to take.
To be aware of where you're at on the field and what you're not. And I mean, this dude, like, I see him cross people over. He's out there just doing an AI as a receiver. Dude's in the stands, and he's in the going down the middle field. And we haven't even. The thing is, he hasn't even got to the prime yet.
And he already beat Keenan Allen's wide receiver record, which is
for a rookie. Yeah,
dog. You only look, and he's been healthy for most of the part. And if he can stay healthy his career, that dude is going. He's gonna set records. He's gonna set records, and he's going unstoppable.
There's already rumors ticking around that and Allen hasn't been in talks at all with the Bears. That doesn't happen. The only time
come on home.
worked the Chargers. Can you imagine the slant routes with McConkey and Allen? Oh my God! So
come on home.
It's gonna be butt naked. It's gonna be butt naked because the thing is, if you try to play them. If you try to play the inside, then you got QJ over the top. So you have to pick your poison with them. Or Ladd's going to beat you over the top. He's not even going to hit a slant. He's going to blow the top off of it. Or Darius Davis is going to blow the top, or jet sweep. So you have to, like, you got to start thinking about these. Keenan Allen, we welcome you with open arms. We won't even hold it against you for leaving, brother. We are
young.
That would save us money and help bring the development of QJ.
I'd pay him $8. I'd pay him $8 to come on back. 1-year deal, $8 million. Come on back.
And you know what you're getting.
And you know exactly.
You know what you're getting, man. You know what you're getting. We're gonna have to address the receiver, tight end, running back, and interior line, and adding that depth at the defensive line this upcoming offseason. That's going to be the biggest one that sticks out is receiver. And I think we could possibly address that with bringing Keenan Allen back. And then now you have to look. Then that frees us up at looking toward the draft, towards adding depth at the interior line. Getting a stud in the first round at guard position, a center guard combo. And then second round, you get in a tight end or possible running back. And then, man, it's just sky's the limit there, bro. But we're talking about the playoffs. Saturday, man, the matchup is in our.
The score is going to finish as
for this show, and it might change by Friday after I look at all the reports. But right now, I'm going on 31-20-21.
I like it.
31-21. I go 31-21 straight up. I'm not doubting the Texans or anything, but with our defense, if we score, we have the defense to create a 10-point gap. We have the defense to create a 10-point gap.
And we got the kicker that's going to put some points on the board for us. Come on, Dicker. Come on.
I'm telling you, if their run game pop off, man, Justin going to finish the game 28 for 30, straight up. He's going to finish the game 28 for 30 if the run game goes off.
We got Chargers going 17-31.
I like it.
All I'm hearing is dubs. All I'm hearing is dubs. Let's do it. Dub on top of dubs.
I wish I could be at the game. My plan was to go to the game, but since it's so early on Saturday, I got engagement I got to go to Friday night, so I wouldn't make the game. There's no flights leaving out in time for me to fly there and make the game. So with the game starting so early.
Well, if you talking about, like you said, Denver wins, they end up going to Kansas City, and Chargers get a home playoff game.
Electric Avenue, Chris. I don't know if you've been to Electric Avenue.
Oh, they know me in Electric Avenue. Yes,
Listen.
they know the banana for sure.
Well, if that happens, Chris, you got to come down
With the banana.
with the banana.
With the banana.
With the banana. With the banana. We will make sure you get carried to your seat. Like, we don't even know how we get to our seat, but we'll make sure we all get to our seat. Because once you go into Electric Avenue, it's just a world of its own.
Man, that's a magical feeling. Just having so many fans of the same team around you.
And the energy that you get, man, the energy that you get, and everybody's just like on love. It's just on love. It's just like they just want to see, they hyping you up, you hyping them up, they're feeding you, they're giving you alcohol.
It's Jim Harbaugh to Justin Herbert, like just times 100, like just all over the place. Yep, you got this, bro.
At the Ravens game, especially dressed up like a giant banana. Man, like every fourth step I took, somebody was pouring a bottle in my mouth, and it was like, okay, I've had like 5. I'm good.
I got to go cover. I got to do some.
No, you're not, Chris. You're not good. You're not good.
I would hate to see the report that you submitted to the editor.
Luckily, I'm 6'8", so I can handle a little bit of shots, but
yeah,
that was solid.
Man, that's a beautiful thing, man. And I just going into the Saturday game, I just want these guys to execute with perfection and precision. That's all I'm looking for. They just win the week, win your practices, win the game. You go on to the next week. We're not looking ahead. We can look ahead, but the players don't need to look ahead. I'm just wishing on the star that 5, 6, and 7 wins. I'm wishing and praying on the star that the 5, 6, 7. Because I'm selfish in that aspect, because I think every Chargers fan is selfish in that aspect of that being a small, minute
glimmer of hope that we get to come home with it.
Do you just know?
We just did it. We just did it. We just did it. We literally just did it. We literally just did it. So, we laid the scenario out. If we get there, we'll revisit this segment.
Anything else on playoff seeding before we move on, Chris? Let's go to Lightning Vision, man. My Lightning Vision, I just want a home game. 5, 6, and 7. Win.
There it is.
5, 6, and 7. Mine's is just going to be the things that I noticed, the confidence in QJ, J.K. Dobbins running the ball and running hard. Like, he came back. I'm telling you, he came back and he didn't skip a beat. To me, he got better. It looked like he got lighter. And then you could just notice the difference in the game with him in the backfield, how the defense has to play you. Passing game opened up because JK's back there. So to me, that is key in every aspect, and I'm happy and I'm glad about our hopes going into Saturday's game. Tell me, I'm ecstatic, man. I'm ecstatic.
I think JK's winning comeback player of the year. Forget Joe Burrow. I think that's a short. It's either going to be J.K. Dobbins or Joe Burrow, and my money's on J.K. Dobbins because
hell of a year.
Man's never had
you bet on yourself.
Yard season, and he went through. I don't want to name injuries because I don't want to just put bad juju out there. We know what he went through.
He's saging it.
He came back and he put up 1,000-yard season with a brand new team. You can't ask for a better offseason acquisition like that, man.
Nope. He bet on himself on a 1-year deal. Now he can go get some money. I would welcome him back with open arms.
Hell yeah. Pair him with that running back from Arizona State.
Scattable. Where do you think he's going, first or second round?
A lot of people are saying second round, but I wouldn't be surprised if
somebody reach
pop back into the first and
reach for him.
Because if he is that good, and then you can put a 5th-year option on him and save some money down the road.
I could tell you, I know what team going to probably get him. It's Broncos.
I don't want that.
I know. I don't want it. But they are the type of team that Sean Payton is the type of, because he really doesn't have a run game, and Scattable is the type of back he likes. He likes those type of running backs. So I could see them reaching to get him.
I would take Janty, but I think somebody's going to scoop him up hella early. And
he's going to be the first one off the board. He's going to be the first running back. He's going to be
first running back for sure.
Not the first draft pick. No, that's going to be out of Shador, and is Quinn Evers coming out?
I don't think so. They gave him one, he's still playing, but then two, say they offered him $6 million to stay.
I think at Texans or another school.
I don't know if it was in the.
I don't think he's gonna be a Longhorn. I don't think he's.
Yeah, I don't know if it was in the transfer portal.
Teams.
Yeah, but
if he stays, he's not gonna be a Longhorn because they're not gonna sit
Art for multiple seasons.
No, for a junior year, like he had 1 year. They're not sitting that yet.
Archie's gonna go over to join Belichick at North Carolina.
You know what? I mean, I could see the connection. Bill was all with the Mannies and stuff on the show and stuff. Like, that's not normal for him to be a regular on Wednesday night. A regular. He was on there. They had him out of character. I think he was selling himself to get Art because he knew you're right. And I think North Carolina has the bag. I'm pretty sure the donors. Bill goes to the donors and says, "Hey, I can get Art for this."
Well, creative rights. Like he probably gave him the Dion package.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes to build a winning program over here, Billy, you got it.
So, what's some of your analysts going into the playoff game this week, Chris?
Like I said, I truly believe the defense is going to get with the O-line the way it is. With their secondary, like you said, Stingley, like that, he's great, but he ain't 100%, and there's a whole other side of the field to throw to. So,
especially with Ladd,
I think if we put on a strong pass rush, C.J. Stroud's gonna get a little bit overwhelmed. He's gonna be trying to sling the ball.
He does not do well with pressure. He does not do well.
I truly believe the Chargers get 2 interceptions, and if we can get 5 sacks, then really I think all that we have to do is play the patient game, wear the defense out with the run game, and maybe get 1 or 2 offensive touchdowns, and that game's pretty much sealed. All that's go accordingly.
Pop the top. What you got, Brody?
I mean, y'all pretty much hit it all. I think just playing a clean game. We don't need all of these, offsides, neutral zone infractions, ineligible man down. Just all these weirdo flags that stop the drive, you know what I mean? Because historically, our momentum is always carrying us down the field, but then we run into holding that is like sometimes questionable, or like I said, jumping off sides, false start, delay a game. We can't beat ourselves, basically. That I don't want to see us make the game tough by just having 45 yards and penalties on one drive or whatever. That basically gifts them 7. That could have been avoided if he was just disciplined, which we have been pretty disciplined in the weeks. But there's always that one, and we're just kind of like, what? So I'm looking for us to play a clean game, just to we're not trying to give these guys any free yards or whatever. Make them earn them, especially like you said, putting CJ under pressure. We're not trying to give him any freebies, so make him uncomfortable. Make him throw the throws that we know he shouldn't throw. And hopefully that defense, like Chris is saying, is back there watching and somebody's ready to take that out the air and head the other way.
I've always been an honest person, man. I've always believed in if the team beats you, when you go look at things, you go, yeah, they just beat us. There was nothing we can do. As long as you're doing like what Brody said, not getting these penalties, not getting these little ticky-tack things to extend drives or penalties to end drives, if you're going out there and you're executing, you're playing ball, you're playing your hardest, and scores in your favor, well earned. And if the score is not in your favor, hey, man, I'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take that. As long as you went out and executed, leave it on the field. As long as you went out there and you executed everything, I'm honest enough to be like, man, I don't like the outcome of the game, but you know what? That was just a better team, bro.
Yeah, better team, better game plan.
Because we really balled out, but what I hate is we're allowing the refs to dictate the game, and we're allowing stupid, questionable penalties to go, man, if we just didn't get that penalty, we would have scored. We just got them off the field. So I think you hit it on the head. They have made that turn. Joey Bosa got to get onsides, bro. Just respect them a little bit. It's not even you jumping outsides. It's just you just lined up outside.
You didn't even check with the line judge. That's just look to your right, and then you're good. Like that's all you got to do.
Tap him, somebody. Say, hey, Joey, I call him Agent Zero. Go tap him and say, hey, line up, baby. I think you have enough respect to do that for Bosa. I think he respects you enough, your game. So you can do that. He won't get mad. If you check him and make sure that he's on sides, he won't be mad at you.
Hey, yo, back up, B.
Is it Mac that hates high fives or something? He hates high fives, right? Or he hates helmet. I forgot something he don't like, but Tua's always doing it to him. I forgot what it was. Mac doesn't like it, but Tua's always doing it. If you watch the end of plays, Tua's always like trolling him. It's like the lion, like the lion and the cub. If you see him, like you just gotta watch it. It's like little new. Mac hates it, and Tua constantly does it to him.
Just nuances. Just,
yeah,
bro, you annoying.
But it's a respect game. I want Tua to get off this game, though. I want him to get off.
We need it.
We need everybody. I need Bud Dupree to have. I need to have a Bud Dupree sighting. Mm-hmm. Really, we need Bosa to show them that he's still a force to be reckoned with. I haven't been seeing double teams on you, Bosa. So what's up, bro?
Get off this edge, man. Get off this edge and cut up. Cut up, bro. Cut up. That's one of the sacks for you, Chris. I'm calling it.
Yeah, that's sure. Yeah, but one of the Bosa sack.
Yeah, that's one of them for you. I'm calling. Yeah, I'm calling.
You don't want to get hit him, bro. That dude's
big man, child.
Listen, man, when it comes down to him and his brother, they're both technicians. And yeah, and honestly, like somebody that doesn't get a whole lot of credit, that was the off season, Ford and Tart, those guys ain't bad either. On that,
space eaters, man. Space eaters, especially when it comes to the run game. They've been eating up. They've been saving us a lot. I've seen them come off double teams and just with that one, you love to see it. You see the D lineman, he's up here, he got the double team, and then the dude's running, you like, damn, he got a hole, and you see that arm come out. Get over here. I love to see it, man. Love to see it. I'm just excited, bro. I'm not going to be able to sleep all this week, man. Like, I'm thinking about my setup. I don't want to be bothered.
Love again.
I'm going to eat my food. I don't want to be bothered. I'm going to be locked in for this game.
Aren't we all?
Locked in 100%. So, what you, before we close out, Chris, you want to just go over and let the people know where they can find you, and things like that?
You can find me on losangelesjournal.co. I put out stuff there all the time. I'm on pretty much every platform under Pepper Bay LOF.
What's the story behind that name?
So I actually eat hot peppers competitively too on the side.
That's why the peppers.
So they call me Pepper Bay. So
what's the hottest one you ever ate?
I'm a Carolina Reaper,
Can you eat those that world's hottest chips? Have you ever ate those?
Yeah, Vickies. Yeah, I've done like 7 in one sitting before. There's a guy that the record for the ones that came out last, he did 77 in one sitting. So like I'm a big dog, but there's definitely some other big dogs out there that do
that.
So is it at this level, is it hot?
I definitely got to push the biggest thing with that, because I don't feel like burning my mouth. It's once it starts getting in the stomach, you start getting cramps. That's when it starts affecting me. Yeah.
Could you like drink milk beforehand to help coat it or something?
There's a couple of things I do for prep. Greasy foods. I don't want to give too many secrets away.
Hey,
milk definitely helps bring it back up if you don't want to deal with cramps, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay. Got you. What got you into that, if you don't mind me asking?
COVID happened, and it was I started getting together with guys that were just there for our fellow man, and yeah, man, it was just a good way to connect with people with being, inside.
How the hell do you connect eating peppers? Like he goes, hey guys, we're bored. Open up some peppers, bro. Yes.
I dare you, bro. No, I double dare you.
It's like going in
triple dog dare you. You know,
yeah. You get off stage and like, you've got snot and throw up hanging from your mouth, and people just went through that same experience, and like all of a sudden you got some camaraderie going on, and
I get it.
I know you're 6'8", so you already stick out like a sore thumb. And I know if you're at a nightclub and something goes down, the police are automatically pepper spraying you, and it has zero effect on you. So I know they hate to see you coming. They're going to spray you and be like, yeah, we tasering this motherfucker. And so it doesn't, eating the peppers don't.
There's no burn up time. It's only when it gets to my stomach. That's when, yeah.
Yeah. What's the absolute? Because is the Carolina Reaper the hottest one?
So technically Pepper X's, but Ed Curry only got it. It's the guy that came out with it and also came out with the Reaper. He stole the Reaper from somebody else, Troy Primatali. That's honestly one of the hottest peppers I've ever eaten. And then he won't get it tested by a third party. He's only had Guinness tested. So because he's not letting a third party test it, I kind of don't buy it. That's my opinion.
That's crazy if there's whole like signs, bro.
So
Lightning Strike podcast, y'all.
I'm
All
intrigued, man.
exclusives. Y'all just
I'm just intrigued, man. We got
exclusive.
like I said, we got Chris Fisher here, the editor from the the sports beat writer that covers the Chargers from the Los Angeles Journal. You can find him at losangelesjournal.co and go to the sports section. And he is the 6'8" banana man. So
banana boat is what my jerseys say every time I go to a game.
So when he's not asking Mac, what did you ask Mac?
The first time he played the Raiders, I said, "So is this game going to be return of the Mac?" I got that man to laugh, so I was like, "All right, it's a wrap. This is good. I've accomplished it."
So when he's not covering the Chargers, he's out in the parking lot being a 6'8" banana. Are you Chiquita or Dole? Unbranded banana.
Calls me, I'll put a branding on there. You know what I'm saying?
Hot pepper banana. What don't you do? What
organic?
There's not a whole lot. I mean, life's short, man. You gotta have fun with it, right? That's where I'm at.
My man is just a guy who's a dude that's a bro.
And how long have you been covering the Chargers?
3 years. Started out as a beat writer, and then started shaking hands. Like literally just going to training camp, shaking hands. How do I get behind those lines? And then the Journal wanted me to be the sports editor, and from there it took off.
For the people that always ask, or reporters, what is it like behind the scenes? Like after, like, say a big win, what is it like going into the locker room and going to the
energy? Like, especially as a fan, like there's a little bit of bias for me when I try not to show it when I'm writing stuff, but there's a kind of energy that is unmatched, man. Like imagine like Thunder Alley and stuff like that, tenfold, because there's only this many people that are in this room, and you're one of them, and you're experiencing that energy and that drive that's happening.
Yeah. Have you ever wore your banana suit?
No. There's once that happens, the professional hat comes on, and I try to be
dude. I mean, maybe a Halloween game. Maybe if a game falls on Halloween.
If you look up on the Chargers on their YouTube channel and look up Bolt My Ride, it happened like 4 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. I was a finalist. You can see me in that video, man. Okay. All dressed up in the banana and everything.
I mean, come on, 6'8" banana. That's already gonna draw attention. They're gonna be like,
crazy.
How many pieces of fabric they had to use to make that? That's dope, though, man. And just how long have you been covering them?
3 years. 3 years.
3 years. 3 years covering the Chargers. This is the guy that's behind the scene, that got the insight on it. And thank you for reaching out. We appreciate you for coming on the show, man.
Absolutely.
And sharing your knowledge with us.
Here, just give me a ring.
Oh, for sure, man, for sure. And if they go to the Super Bowl, do you get to go? Are you going to be there?
Man, I wish I was that lucky. That usually like up to that point, it gets into like if you're doing like live coverage kind of stuff, and you got somebody with a camera. Usually, just me and a notepad, being some tall guy in the back. So.
Mm-hmm.
Got your whole camera crew, bro, right here.
Whole lot of gang.
Whole lot. I could be up there. Live at 5.
Excuse me, I'm with Chris.
We're with Chris. We're with him. Chris, right here. This is the shot. Perfect shot, bro. You got the lighting. Yep. Set it up. All right. In 5, 4, 3, and we're on.
You make it work.
No, but that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Like, you got a job that a lot of people would love to have. And I'm pretty sure you're great at it. I know you write great articles. I was looking at some of your articles earlier. Funny. I like the humor, the wittiness that you add into your articles, and the truthfulness. And being at the ground, seeing it, like, what better eyes to see the previous 2 years up to this year. And I know on the front lines, you're seeing it. You're seeing the transition. You're seeing the change. So I know, and then the fact that you grew up a Chargers fan, and you get to cover your favorite team, bro. You're living life, dude. eating hot peppers and bananas. Brody, what you got for tonight, man?
So for closing segment, tap in with us. Where y'all watching the game at? You know what I'm saying? What we doing? Locally, around the world. Let us know how y'all anticipate capturing this Chargers dub on Saturday. So hit the line 213-433-7793. If you got flyers, send them to us. You want us to make an announcement, you want to make the announcement, hit the line, engage with us again, 213-433-7793. Give us your best charged up speech, man. Give us your best hyped up speech heading into Saturday's wild card game, Chargers versus Texans. Also, we missed it the last show, but I don't want to miss it again. I just want to say congratulations for our 3 Pro Bowlers, Rashawn Slater, Khalil Mack, and Derwin James. Also, congrats to the 9 Chargers alternates. I won't go down that lengthy list, but I think that just says a lot about the team and where we at, that we had 9 people, 9 players as alternates. So, again, shout out to Rashawn Slater, Khalil Mack, and Derwin James, 3 Pro Bowl starters and their selection. And then we get into a little fan engagement. As always, we appreciate all the love. Appreciate everybody who, hit us up on whatever platform to say, where they watching, how they listening, and just tap in the comments, showing us their excitement. So we got Bakersfield Boat Game who says, nice meeting you today. Big dog, was able to meet Bakersfield Boat Gang at Paragon Bar and Grill this weekend in Northridge. So same, bro. Nice meeting you as well, and just always a good time when you link in with fellow boat up members. We got Rosa Sauvage 29. She says, "Let's go, Houston. We there." Yes, we are. We coming to do work. We coming to stand on business. So shout out to her. I got _7 cultured 7 _ who says, "Who wrote off QJ?" I like that. I like that comment.
He ain't write y'all back though.
Yeah,
write y'all back. He ain't write you back.
Not at all, man. We've been rooting for QJ all season, so we love that he had a big game. It made our little hearts proud. We got Miss Lopez 79. She says, "Yeah, buddy, we did. Now that we don't have to hear them. Wait, I forgot they live in the past, so they probably will bring up last season." He bolts up. I'm guessing she's talking about these Raiders that's in the comments, man. I don't know, but shout out to Miss Lopez. Short Dog 1503 says, "BTFU, diehard boats for life." Yes, sir. You know how we coming. You know what we going to go do. Oh, life. Fabian says, "Bolt up, brother. Let's get this 5th seed. Let's continue building. Let's continue fighting. Who's got it better than us? Nobody. Definitely not the Raiders." And then lastly, man, we Lightning Strike got some amazing news today, but more information to follow if you followed the show. Last week, we talked about Boat Family Electric Avenue. March 1st is bringing Hall of Fame nominee, Chargers legend Antonio Gates, Rashawn Slater, Kamani Valdell, and Justin Aboybe to Triangle Square, Costa Mesa. Stay tuned for that. We have more announcements about this specific event, hopefully coming by the next show. If not, then probably the next week, but you're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be a good one. There's all kind of stuff that's going on, and I just want to make sure we have captured it all before we truly disclose like everything that's going on. So stay tuned with us. Hit us up in the comments. We definitely will be bringing more information about this event. And so super excited about what's to come for that event, and super excited about what's to come for Lightning Strike Podcast, man. So we appreciate all the love.
Again, appreciate Chris for stopping through, man, bestowing his knowledge upon us, his love for the Chargers.
You guys having me.
Oh, no worries, man. No. Oh, I got one last thing before we go out. What's the most memorable moment as a journalist for the Chargers? What's your best?
That's an easy answer. That is such an easy answer. Okay. So we were playing Kansas City in Kansas City. Phillip Rivers, Mike Williams, throw to Mike Williams in the end zone. We were down a point, and instead of going for the extra point, we go
for it.
Point conversion. Hit Mike on the slant route on the right-hand side, end zone. Man,
Pandemonium. He's running. Everybody's running.
my life, I was in a random bar somewhere. Like, I was hands down my most memorable moment as a child.
Pro Bowl field. Shout out my boy Mike Dub. Shout out Pro Bowl field. Brought it home that day.
Yes, indeed. And on that note, like I tell everybody always, man, appreciate y'all for tuning it in. Always tap in with us. Like, share, subscribe, comment on all social media. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you get your podcast. Find us on YouTube, all the long form content, short content, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. You write us, we write back. That's how it is. Call us, we play it on the air. We love engaging with you guys. We love hearing your thoughts, ideas, positive comments, negative comments, random comments. We love it all. We love it all. All right. So on that note, we are out until the post-game show. When we going? Friday?
I think it's either Friday. I mean, it's got to be. We already.
Let's go. I don't know. We're going to let y'all know.
Yeah.
We're going to let y'all know the post-game show. But we in there. We out.
All right, y'all.
Good show, man. Good show.